Women with money are not a boss. And that's what
are
they need to understand. They're a woman with money.
But when you're working, right, and that man is working, who's now taking care of the home to keep us together?
Whoever decides to be with you, whether it's a friend or more, is being with you. Not a facade, not for what you got, not for how you look, but for how you are. And that's the most important thing.
Ugly guys get love.
They got some money?
Yes, they do.
They don't.
Yes, they do.
They get.
What type of, no, let her talk.
Let
her talk, let her elaborate.
Women are so cool with having whole friends or having friends that ain't shit. They are. They really are. What's going on, everybody? It's your man Rico Hundo, and we're back at it at the table for another lituation. And you know, when I'm present, we gonna get to where we gotta get to. But I got a super surprise for you, because I got my partner in crime today. Go ahead, and so tell them about yourself real quick.
Something about myself.
Yeah, come on.
I think that they know that by now. We back on set, we back here. Got my man Mike Lowry with me.
Don't do that. We were bad boys, and I'm no longer Will Smith, all right?
I got Mike Lowry with me, right? And we got Melanin Dojo in the building. And she's gonna, I guess she's gonna ask us questions about what?
About why women can't keep a man.
Yeah, I don't know how this is gonna go because I don't think she got a man right now. So we should be asking you some questions, but we'll go ahead.
So my name is Lauren. My Instagram name is Melanin Dojo. And I like to paint, listen to R&B, and watch anime.
Is Melanin Dojo because you think you're like a darker dojo cat?
No.
Okay.
No.
And you like to paint.
Yeah.
Paint what?
Like to paint.
I mean, it's a lot of things that you can paint. You paint walls, you
Paint people.
paint people, you paint plants. What do you paint?
I like cartoons. That's like really like.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you paint like canvases.
Yeah, canvases. I've done a mural for a restaurant in New York and Washington Heights.
Oh, that's dope.
Oh, all right. So you paint.
Yeah.
Paint.
All right, cool.
I can't paint.
You do art.
Yeah, it's relaxing. I like it because,
But you got to understand, it's a whole lot of people to say that they do a lot of things right now, but they really don't be doing it.
Yep.
True.
So we got to be clear on camera because people could say that they paint, but what do they paint? Do you paint sneakers? Do you splash paint clothes? Do you do murals? Are you capping? Cause
Are you capping?
you know, because there are women that do wake up capping.
Which is why they can't keep a man.
That's one reason why. They cap too much.
Men cap too. It goes both ways.
What are they capping about? Well, you know what? Let's not go there.
Because
Go to your questions. This is about us and not the cappers. So go ahead.
Okay. So, why do you feel as though a woman can't keep a man?
I just told you because they cap.
Besides that, I'm saying, like, why do you feel like we cap about that? Like, in order
A woman that's never been trained to be themselves. They're trained to be, I think women are not trained to be themselves. They're trained to be what they think men want. So they cap, they lie, they try to mold themselves into being something that they think men want, and then 9 times out of 10, they find a man who takes it, but then again, it's never the man that they want. So then that's why you got 80% of them getting divorced or filing for divorce.
Or this right here. When you're not being yourself, you can't do that but for so long.
Yeah.
It's not fulfilling. So if he's right and they're taking on the skin of this woman that they think that I want them to be, you can't keep being that girl. You're gonna get frustrated. You are gonna get tired of pretending every single day. And like Rico said, we're not gonna be together.
I also think that women destroy women. Like, I think women get in other women's heads about whatever's going on in their relationship, and it slowly deteriorates that girl or woman in a relationship because she's taking all the feedback from her friends, and then next thing you know, she's treating her relationship differently based on how her friends are treating her.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, their whole relationship dynamic changes and eventually it ends.
But don't you think that women sometimes talk a little bit too much to their friends?
Yeah.
Like
All the time?
like we talk, right? We will talk dealing with problems and shit, right? But when we get to the stuff that we really don't want to say or we can't say that's private, I'm skipping past that when I talk to you.
Yeah.
They're telling each other every little thing. They talk about the sex life. They talk about if his breath smells. They talk about how much money he makes. We're not sharing that type of stuff with our female. If I got a problem with you, I'm telling you and I'm trying to help you fix it.
Word.
They'll complain to their girlfriends. And then the girlfriend's looking like, well, why are you with this dude? And as soon as one more thing occurs, well, why are you with this dude?
Yeah.
But not realizing that they are doing things that we got to deal with as
Later.
well.
Yep. Yo, you know, it's so funny. I dated a girl and she said, I've learned, this is the first thing that she told me before we started dating serious. I've learned to keep my relationship business within my relationship. The first problem we had, she called her mother.
So
But she
everything was
didn't-
just out the window, like.
Yeah, I'm like, so
But
you
she
got-
didn't consider that, she didn't consider that bad because it wasn't talking to her friends.
Yeah, well,
It was talking to her mother.
which is still bad. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, you saw that meme that went around and it said, women are mad about when a guy cheats on them. Like she said, like, damn, what is it like? You got everybody out here laughing at me because you cheated, and it's like, well, you told them. Like, you told everybody I cheated. I didn't tell them.
That's a
What's
fact.
wrong? And then to add to what you were saying about like girls going to their friends for relationship advice, you shouldn't go to your friend who literally every guy she goes to dogs her out and she's embarrassing herself. Like, is that the person you want to get relationship advice from?
I don't think that they're really thinking about
Yeah, that's what
who
I'm
they're getting
saying.
the advice from, because usually when people are in a low place, they're looking for people to say what they need them to say. Because they don't want to go any lower.
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why
So-
me and Esso argue, because he doesn't say what I need him to say.
Yeah, never. we go back and forth on a regular basis. Although people think that we double team people, we go back and forth a whole lot. Me and him, got Heineken as well. That's how I know that they rock with me, seriously. You know what I'm saying? I've told them both things that I probably should not have told them about my personal
really?
business, but they can hold water. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Word.
But when you sharing that type of thing, you have to really measure out who you dealing with and who you getting knowledge from, right? And I just feel like that when women are in a certain place, they will just go to anybody to get knowledge instead of trying to find the right person.
Yep.
That's true.
And that causes problems with us men now, because now you're coming to us with this knowledge that's BS, that's from the girl who's been dogged out, who's been doing all this stuff, and we're like, why are you even listening to her? Who cares what she got to say?
That's true.
We gave you like 4 reasons, and we could keep going. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm thinking, I'm like, you know what I also think too? I think that, why can't women, not all, but why can't the women that can't keep a man keep a man? Well, to be honest, they never knew how to be a wife or spouse. A lot of women are not. This goes back to a lot of conversations that I have with a lot of my friends. I believe that women have a selfish part of them, right? And that selfish part is so selfish to a point where it can be considerate to their partner, right? And now, oh, go ahead, calm down. Calm down. You can go ahead. Now I'm tickling something, right? So, and I think that they don't know how to be a wife. See, I think that people think that a wife is really. A lot of women think that a wife is a kid.
Or a title, just a title.
A kid, right?
go ahead.
By a kid,
Yeah.
I mean, they think that a wife is a kid, so you pay for this person. You supply everything this person needs. That's a
Take care
child.
of them, take
You
care of
take
them.
care of
Yeah.
them. They think being a wife is being an older child instead of being a partner.
A partner, I'm about to say a partner.
So when they don't know how to be a partner, which is really what a wife is supposed to be, or a husband, right? Either or. They can't keep a man because a man is expecting more. And I said this to some girl yesterday. I said, we are living, this is 2022.
Yeah.
This is not 2000. It's not 1995. This is not 2010. It's 2022. And whether or not women like it, we are looking at women to be more closer to equal than ever before.
Facts.
Yeah.
It is a demand now, because we've been what, 3, 4 generations of women, and I
Being
love it.
docile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To go
care
ahead
of.
and to do everything that she can do and aspire to be to maximize her potential. But yet, we're wrong if we require her to fulfill some of her potential.
Financial needs.
Financial,
It don't
yeah.
gotta be potential. It could just be financial needs, and there's something wrong with that. My thing about the women is things are learned. I learned how to be a father and a provider from my father. He was right there. I saw him do it, right? My sisters got a chance to see my mother do what she did. Now, whether you take the lessons or not, then that's on you. Right. A lot of these women don't even have that to actually see. So I'm gonna use my wife as an example, which I never do no more, but this isn't bad, right? I never do this, right? So when you have somebody that's used to a certain thing,
Yeah.
right? And then they meet me. So she's been with men that be like, oh, go out and work and do what you gotta do, and yo, rah, 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 sis, boom, bah, right?
Sis, boom, bah.
But I needed her to be able to, I don't need you to go work like that. I need you to hold me down. You know what I'm saying? And she had to learn how to hold me down as a partner.
Yeah.
Not a companion, somebody that you're dealing with, but as a partner.
Yep.
And that be the problem, because us as men, where we're coming from a partner's land.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm gonna pay, I'm gonna support you, I'm gonna be there for you. You coming from a land of a society where it's not your fault, I get taken care of. The better I look, the more I'm getting taken care of, straight up and down, right? So now with this world changing, and you got women call themselves boss bitches, you know what I'm saying? And they're working, which is no problem with that for me, right? But when you're working, right, and that man is working, who's now taking care of the home to keep us together, right? Now, if I sacrifice and say, I'm gonna stay at home because you're making $500,000, I'm still looked at like a herb,
Yep.
like a failure, straight up and down. It's like women have this thing now that we're letting y'all, and I'm not saying us men, the world is letting y'all be boss bitches, right? But y'all are forgetting about the things that y'all wanted the men to do when they was the boss niggas. Y'all wanted us to spend time with y'all. Y'all wanted us to make time. Y'all wanted us to be family men. But now when y'all are going to make the money, it's like, yo, everybody needs to fend for themselves now.
Yep.
And that's the gap that was going on. So how are you gonna have a man and be with a man if you're trying to be a man? That's not gonna work for us. But most men don't get a chance to speak up. They're not talking, and they're satisfied with what they're getting. So when you meet men like me and Rico, which I am gonna say, with our women, we have standards. And that's an issue for them. That's a major problem for them. That we're expecting you, oh, you want to be a boss? You can't be a boss if you're not making no money.
Yeah.
You can't be a boss in this crib if you're not sitting on this penis. It's many ways that you got to be a boss. Now, when I'm going out to get the money, I'm coming home with the sex. Yeah. I'm coming home with the travel. I'm coming home with the gifts and all that. Since you a boss, where my shit at? And if you don't want to do that, when you coming to us, and like Rico said, it's 2022. If you're not coming with that, there's not gonna be a relationship to be had.
Facts. And I think that, and I wanna also say this, just to add to what he said, which I think a lot of people don't understand. He had to learn how to do a lot of things, right? And from somebody like myself, right? So he said he learned how to be a father, provider, etc. from his parent, right? So somebody like myself who didn't have a father figure there, you know how I learned how to be a father? You know how I learned how to be, I'm not married, but you know, a good spouse, partner, and a provider is I selected my circle very wisely. When I'm doing wrong, he holds me accountable and makes sure that I go do right. When I'm struggling to do certain things within my relationship, I got people like A who I would call and he would tell me what I should be doing and how I need to go about doing these things. So when I think what I'm trying to say is another part which we already touched on is women are so cool with having whole friends or having friends that ain't shit. They are. They really are. And there's no way that you can actually be a better person because nobody's gonna hold you accountable because they don't hold themselves accountable.
You just hit the nail on the point.
You feel me?
Yeah. Then, no, I totally agree with you.
Without my friends, I would be the 24-year-old version Rico. And who the fuck knows where he would be at right now? like he would be lost in the sauce somewhere.
But you had to choose your friends wisely.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's
so
what
important.
a lot of people don't get a chance to do because they're lonely. Lonely and having no money begets bad decisions. And any one bad decision can take you spiraling down. I'm sorry.
Have you? Oh,
What-
I didn't want to cut you
Go
off.
ahead. No.
Have you ever heard of the? It's like a euphemism. It's a euphemism. I'm trying to think of the term for what I'm trying to say. Is I don't mind. It's the devil's playground.
I said that on many shows before because we talked about women leaving men alone when they go work, and I'll be like, that's not good for me. If I'm left alone for too long, I don't know what I'm gonna get into. I got too many things. I can travel. I know a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you just never know what you're gonna get into when you leave somebody sitting there that has ability to do whatever they wanna do. When it was the boss men just making the money, they demanded us to make time for them. They demanded us to take them on trips. They wanted clothes. The bills was gonna be paid. They wanted certain things. But now, when they're in the boss position, everybody got to fend for self now. Oh, you can do what you got to do. I can't cook. I can't clean. I can't this. I can't that because I'm working. I'm working.
My thing to you is, if a female is working hard, putting in hours, she's gonna be tired. So maybe she doesn't want to cook. Maybe you guys gonna have to order Uber Eats. It's not always gonna be how you want it, but as long as she's still putting that effort in, even though she's working, then there's nothing to complain about. When she can cook, she'll cook, but it can't be always on like y'all timing.
Okay, since you're the future good mother, hold on, let me say this.
My head
Since
hurts.
you're the, wait, hold on, Rico. Let me ask you this one question. Wait, hold on. Since you're the future good mother, right? Who's feeding who with our future kids and our future family and house if you're not gonna go get the food and I'm not gonna go get the food? Where's the balance gonna be at? Because if I choose to get the food, I'm not looked at as the same type of man. Now, I'm saying this from a standpoint of I was on my own for a long time. So I cook, I clean, I do all the things that I'm saying that most men don't do, right? But I can't base myself upon them. Most men don't cook. Most men don't clean. Most men don't do the things that I do. Who's gonna do that if you're bossy and we got kids and you not picking up food and I'm not doing it neither? And you tired and so am I. What's gonna happen?
My question to you is, why is it an issue for you to do that as well as like your girl? Like for you to like do like, you know, making food and stuff like that for
It's
the
not.
house.
I'm working too. I'm bossed up too.
But you were just saying that it makes basically, the way you were phrasing it was like, you basically seem like it makes it like you like less of a man or something, like to like do
That's how
that.
society deems them as less of a man. Like I said to you, if you make the money, right? And I say, yo, I'm not gonna go to work. I'm gonna take care of the home. You make $1 million. I'm gonna take care of the home. Everything is cool. You know I'm not looked at the same way. You know your girlfriends or your corporate people are gonna look at me and say, well, what does your man do? What does your husband do? Your kid's father do? Oh, he's chilling. I make $1 million, so what? He's not doing nothing? That's not acceptable. But for a woman, it totally is. If I'm making the M, She better not go to work. She need to be thinking about how I'm gonna make 10 M's. I don't need you to go to work. I'm gonna pay the bills. I'm gonna do this. It don't make no sense for us to be doing this. We need to be trying to build. How are we gonna build if we're all out there running like a savage and not taking care of home?
So you will want your woman to stay home and not work?
If I had enough money, yes. Why not? I don't want my kids to work if I got enough money. I'm not on that type of time. If I'm making this bread and I got this bread, let's all be comfortable. What about comfort? What about quality of life? See, people are losing themselves in this money. Quality of life is a big deal. You can make a lot of money and die fast, stress. I've seen it all the time. What about quality of life? Every boss bitch is not talking to anybody about quality of life.
I don't think there's no boss bitch. Women with money are not a boss. And that's what they need to understand. They're a woman with money. That's it. Cause like here's the thing. I'm listening, and all I hear is, see, a boss gets all the jobs done. That's what a boss is. A boss doesn't say, I'm tired. I can't do this job today. I'm tired. I can't do that job today. A boss gets all the jobs done. So just because you got money, you need to understand that you're not a boss bitch. You're a woman with money, and there's a big difference. So I feel like this is what happens. We got a lot of women trying to get money, and this is going back to what I kind of said like a couple minutes ago or whatever. There is a certain sense of selfishness that is like natural for women. I don't get it. Because a man makes so much money to be a boss man, and by a boss man, he makes as much money as he can to take care of his house, to take care of his wife, to take care of his kids, to make sure everybody's doing well, to in all levels and aspects.
Make sure they're fed. Make sure they're fed.
Make sure they're fed. And here's the crazy thing, right? I'm just trying to figure out, and I'm gonna give you like a real situation. It just happened yesterday.
Okay.
So now my girl is now working more than she's ever been working in the last 14 months, right?
Okay.
And she did a lot. I watched the kids from 9 to 3. I had a babysitter. I got a babysitter come at 3 o'clock so then I could go to my office, or 2 o'clock so I could go to my office so then I could do my interviews. After I did my interviews, I handled some work. I paid some bills for the month coming up. Then after all of that, I went to the gym. I got back home. It was like 8, 9 o'clock. She got off of work at 5 o'clock. She got home by 5:30. And I said, yo, like, you didn't cook? What's up with this? Like, why didn't you cook? And she said, well, I was kind of tired. You know, I was working. I said, whoa. I watched the kids. I did everything that you do as well as doing what you're currently doing. All this time over the last year and some change, I've never made an excuse to not deliver. I've never made an excuse to not deliver. No matter if I was tired, no matter if I was sore, whatever the case may be, I always found a way to deliver whatever we needed for you, for her, and for him. You want to fulfill your purpose by being a boss, right? But now you're lacking home. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to do this, you have 2 choices. You can do everything the same way that or take into consideration of everything, I should say, the same way that I do, or you could just stay at home. And I think that a lot of women don't want to take on all the roles and put the boss title on. They only want to do what they want to do. All right, go ahead, disagree.
But they put the boss title on as soon as they get the check.
But that's what I'm saying. That's not a boss.
I know. But listen.
I could pay $1 million.
Perception is reality. Yeah. So if all of these women are walking around saying, "Oh, you got a paycheck and you a boss," they're all gonna think that they're a boss and they're all gonna be alone as boss.
So what do you say to the women who are single mothers and doing it by themselves? Everything.
Okay, that's a whole nother subject, but I
not keeping a relationship.
But I'm saying, like, coming from being a single mother, then being in a relationship, you're used to being getting everything done, not looking for a man to feed your kids, making sure the lights are on, the bills are paid.
But you know what happens
making
when
the house is right.
But you know what goes down when that boss mom a single mother gets a man, all that stuff is his responsibility now.
That's not true. That's not true.
What are you
a lot of
talking?
women, they are hesitant to be with men because they do not want to have a man to take on that role in their life as a father.
Superior.
Yeah, not even being a superior, but to like rely on someone. A lot of them are very independent.
A lot of women, and that's the problem. You know, all I hear is there's women who are willing to sacrifice everything to make sure the family is straight, which I'm not shaming anybody because I get it. And then we have women that are the bosses and make sure that a man is never above them, and so they have to keep working even when work is not necessary. I'm never hearing a middle ground. I don't hear of a middle ground. I'm not hearing of a woman who is able to sacrifice some things and then push away her pride for some other things. It's either she wants everything or she's gonna work for everything.
Then herself, yeah.
And I'm like,
you
well,
go ahead.
why can't you just have some type of balance? Men are demanded to have a balance. And it's so hard for a man to have a balance with everything that he has to do and take into consideration for his family, right? When I am a product of, I would say, a boss single mother, right? And I've bragged about her because when I look at women today, I get so much more gratitude in my mom that she didn't take that easy way out, right? But as a boss woman, as a boss single parent, my mom struggles with men too. Because you know why? She's so adamant on doing everything by herself. She's so used to doing everything by herself and being in control.
Or her way. I'm about to say, or her way.
And being in control that she cannot discontrol. You know what I'm saying? And when you can't discontrol, I don't care what man, like women think that dating a beta or a weak man is ideal until she had enough of walking all over and telling him what to do. But then at the same time, those same boss women, single moms that are boss women, I'm saying, right, can't also dish some of the control that she's used to having. Because being a boss, like I'm a boss of my companies, right? I can't imagine working for somebody else.
Yeah, because once you've had that position, it's kind of like, how can you step down?
But you know what? I read something a couple weeks ago or last week, and it says that power corrupts all. So all these women and men that strive for so much power, all to do what? To taint your views and potentially, and women don't understand that either, right? See, men understand that because we've watched men become tainted with power. I've watched them. I'm pretty sure Esther watched them.
I was tainted with power.
Like we probably experienced it ourselves, but women never really experienced it or seen it to this magnitude. So we're watching a bunch of boss, single ladies, independent women that will be independent forever.
And this is their first time, and this is women's first time around with this.
Yep.
This is all brand, this boss bitch women power thing, this is all brand new. And when we say brand new, within the last 10 years is brand new for society.
More
there
like
was
100.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
So you think that
There's
boss
different
bitches was a trend 20 years ago?
We don't work exactly like men. We take time to learn and love ourselves. And so having the time to be by yourself and be like, okay, well, I don't work well doing this, and I don't like working for someone else. It's just a time, self-discovery. Yeah, like, that's my best way I know how to explain it. Like, me personally, like, before the pandemic, I used to work at Victoria's Secret. I was a manager. But I'm like, I can't work for anybody else, and so that's why I do everything I do now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but, like, see, me and Esso, it's like, this with me and Esso are different. I like when... But this could just be something because I've watched, right, from the girl.
I know he's
I like when I need my lady to work or to do something.
It gets on my nerves.
Right, so this is where we're different.
No, so I see.
We're different on that department, but at the same time, for me personally, right, if I'm not doing anything, even when I'm extremely well off, I feel like I just feel like I'm decomposing, right? Like even water, which is the most precious thing in this world, right? Because it's the only thing you can't destroy. If water stays in the same spot and never moves and becomes stagnant, even water will go bad. Which is water is the only thing in this earth that is indestructible. You can't destroy water. It turns to air, it'll turn to ice, it'll eventually get back to its natural state of being water. If water stays in the same spot and becomes stagnant, water will go bad. So I understand, like me, I want my lady to do something that's fulfilling for her, which is still technically work in some regards.
Yeah.
I'm not saying she has to go clock in and work 9 to 5. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, like, if you think that saving children with autism or you know, contributing to whatever it is that you want to contribute to, you can work towards that, and I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? If it earns money, cool, which it should earn money, because you're not just gonna be spending my money like that. But but that's where the only part where me and Esso differ. I don't like when I walk in the crib and I see you staying in the house all day, and I'm like, yo, bro, all the kids is in school. You had 7:40 to 2:30. I could have got the kids myself. I could have chilled with them myself. Why aren't you doing what you need to do in this world, in this life? What's your purpose? You know what I'm saying? And how are you striving to meet those things in your purpose? Yeah, whatever.
I want her home ready to serve me.
Of course,
When I walk in the door, I want service.
he just wants to be a king.
I don't want no.
He is a king. We all
But
are
it's
kings.
not-
No. We're
no.
not all kings.
No,
That's
no.
what taught me that.
Yeah, no, we're not
We're
all
here are
kings.
kings.
We're not all kings. Let's get that right. But I want service when I come home, whether it's sex, attention, whatever. I don't require you to cook food. I'm not a requirer, right?
I require.
I'm the and he knows this, right? Just let's buy the food. If you don't got no money, I'll cash app you. Just make sure the food's here. If you don't want to wash clothes, make sure the person picks up the laundry. Call the housekeeper. I don't want you working that hard, because if you are, you can't serve me on a regular basis.
So in a relationship, you keep that balance of work and attention, like between in a couple, like, you know, like that's your partner, you know, working and showing love.
Okay.
So to keep the balance, you gotta not bring your work life to home. Listen, work is stressful, especially, like, you know, only at this point, 15% of people make over 6 figures. So I know finances is a stressful thing too. So you just can't bring that to your house. There's too many, as a man, and I think that women don't understand the difference between a male and a man. But when a man can balance everything, or when a male can balance everything, that's when he becomes a man. So dealing with outside pressures and even inside pressures, when you have a family, because that's the only way I can talk. I wasn't in a committed relationship for X amount of years without a child. I was in a potential relationship and had a child. So now I look over a whole family, a whole unit, a whole tribe. And when I do that, I understand that whatever is going on over here and over there and over there, I got a woman in my house that I got to make sure she's at some type of level of peace, because I know I have a daughter in my house who's looking at me for direction and looking at her mother for direction, and she's innocent and happy. Now, I'm not going to destroy my house because of the outside forces that I'm fighting every day. And I don't think it's a sense of really balancing. It's just prioritizing.
But you can't. The problem that I have with the new age woman, which I feel like is the gap between keeping the man satisfied, is she's just in a whole different mind frame and place right now. That's not meeting where we are. There's no room to satisfy somebody else. I have to be satisfied. Period. Right now, I've earned the right to be satisfied, and that's what I want right now. That's what the
Now you guys die for each other.
But listen, that's the old man way, but that's how women are thinking right now, and that's okay. I'm not opposed to that. But when the odds aren't in your favor, that's why the people who has the favor are looking at y'all like y'all crazy, because we had the favor and that wasn't good enough for y'all. So how's it now gonna be good enough for me? that you're giving it to me. In order to be a boss, you have to, like he said, you get sweated and people watch us or follow us because we go hard and we finish everything that we're trying to do. And while I'm finishing that, I'm making sure that my wife is good. I'm making sure that my mother and father is good, my kid is good. I check on my friends, I make sure my friends is good. Because if I'm a boss, we all gonna eat. That's why I travel with my man that put me on to this. Because if I'm gonna eat, we all gonna eat.
Yep.
That's a boss move. But these women, that's boss women, ain't nobody else eating.
Just them.
Just them. They eating. And that's all well and good. They buying they Birkins and they looking fly and all of that. But nobody else is eating.
Not to cut you off.
Wait, hold on. And so I be trying to figure out, like, what did y'all get money for?
For themselves.
To not spend it on others?
To watch it and to watch it and say, I'm a boss and I don't need a nigga.
You guys say that you're
Period.
attracted to successful women, but when you're in the face of successful women, I feel like you guys are
I didn't say that.
I said that.
yeah, like
I didn't say that. I don't mind successful women, but a successful woman that understands balance.
But that's the only successful women that there is.
Yeah,
that's why I asked you.
You're not, listen, women, you are not successful because you got some coins.
Yes.
Just like a man is not successful just
he got some
because
money.
he got some coins. Let me make sure that
He's
everybody
a cornball with coins.
and you're a taker with coins.
She's a cornball too. She can be a cornball with coins too. It don't matter if she look good or not. She's a cornball with coins. And there are many women that we have seen make money and do this and wait for, well, he's paying. What what is this thing about this paper thing called money? I to be honest,
I don't get it.
Rico knows I don't get it. I'm not a money guy. A knows this, everybody. I'm not a money guy.
money shouldn't matter if you're in a happy relationship.
But when people need that defines them. Okay?
Yep.
And it used to be it only defined the man. That's what it used to be. He had to come with the money. You could be broke as Joe. You could drive around in a duster, a hole in the floor, and be fine. And the dude be like, yo, boo, I'm going to take you. You a good woman. Why? Because you going hard. You working hard. You got your kid in the back. You got the duster. You going to work. And you finding time to get with me. That's why we salute you. That's what the women don't get. The men get saluted because we're getting it done.
Word.
You can't just going to work and calling yourself a boss is not getting it done. You're a boss when your man is like, all the nuts is sucked out of me. I'm not going nowhere. You can now go out and go with your friends. Go on a trip. You took care of home. I don't need you to cook. You did your job. I'm going to go pick up the food for us. That's a partnership. That's a boss. A boss ain't making money and leaving a man at home searching. Yeah. That's not a boss. If that's a man, if Rico's doing that, I'm like, Rico, you got that fine thing at home. You traveling all around the world. You ain't handling and he'll know. I'll be like, you ain't handling your business in there?
I'd be out.
What you expect? What you expect she gonna do? She gonna look like you being a boss for yourself, not for us.
And that's the same thing you think about all we've heard, right? Men have heard, women have been in miserable mansions.
That's true.
Right? That's what I grew up hearing. Yeah, she's married to such and such. Yeah, they have such and such. But she's miserable.
She don't like him.
Because you know why? He's not a boss. You understand? Because, well, either that or here's another thing why women can't keep a man. Because they marry ones with money.
That they don't
Money's
like.
not everything.
But
they don't like him, though.
You know what it is? So many people don't have money. So when I had to sit down and be like, yo, money is not everything, so why the hell would you do that? And I'm like, yo, you know what? If I had nothing, I would resort to it too.
Get some money.
Right? Just to live good. So I get why you do it. But this is something that I've been pushing and I want to keep pushing. Do not let your good reasons be a justification for bad behavior.
But having money sure feel good like a mother.
It do feel good. It feel fucking
when
great.
you look at that, I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
It feels good.
Relax.
But once they get the stuff that
Yep.
they always dreamed of, this is the key. What is your standard? Your standard could be so small that when you get with me, I got you everything that you wanted already. And now you're bored. Now it's over. I bought everything that you ever looked for. You never wanted a Maserati. You never wanted a mansion. You wanted $1 million home. You wanted to have a nice house. You wanted to have nice clothes and all that. Now you're calling your friends. I'm bored in the house. I got everything.
Yep.
I don't have any purpose in life.
And you know what
You shouldn't be
happened?
dating people without purposes. I mean, it's true, because you're just mindlessly going through the motions.
Mad people don't got a person. Mad people don't have a purpose out here.
Or no.
See, this is what I be trying to explain to my man. Everybody's looking for the 1%er. That's what everybody wants. I want the 1%. I want the guy who looks good. I want the guy who's making money. I want the guy who's good in bed. I want the guy who's funny. He travels. He got nice hair. He smells good. Family values. They want all of these guys. That doesn't exist in one guy. It doesn't. Right? So when you're looking for that, they have a whole checklist. Think about women. They got a whole checklist. Oh, he got to be tall, dark skin, bald head, long hair, braids, blah, 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 blah. But as soon as a man comes and says,
Try to explain himself.
no. That's not me. But as soon as a man comes in and says, taller than you. But as soon as a man comes in and says, I want somebody light skinned
Yeah.
with a big butt, it's a problem. It's a problem. Now, you got all of these checklists that you want to go on, and I'm going to get back to your thing. That's the psychology. I'm a psychology, a thought process man, right? So if you asking me these questions of why you can't keep a man, I'm telling you that your psychology is totally off from where I'm at. How are you going to keep me? Money or not? And that's where the gap is. With the new boss bitch, the psychology is gone. Us as men, we're still on the old psychology. That worked.
Yeah.
For us.
We're still on the, and with that being said, we are still on the old psychology, which means what you do today can affect where we go later.
Tomorrow. Yes.
So you could be cool. See, these women be thinking it's cool to be outside from 20 to 30. And then try to come home at 31. Yo. Sorry, sweetheart, this home doesn't exist for you. Listen, the locks have changed.
Yep.
There's actually somebody already in this house, and your opportunity is now dwindling. Try my neighbor.
It's called shelf life.
Yeah, and that's what's happening. See, like, it's a double standard, and I like this double standard because it benefits me, right? I'm just being honest. Since
It's true. It's reality.
I could go and have sex with 1,000 women, and I could be like, yo, so like, I'm not gonna lie, my body count is way high, like way more than 100, right? I'm not gonna tell you 1,000, but you're like, all right, and you might give me a chance. But if you tell a man that your body count is 60,
40.
yeah, 30.
You laid with 30.
Died in the back.
You laid with 30 guys.
My chest.
I'm like, yo, I can't do it. You could, I could rock with you, but I would never build with you.
Yes.
You know what I'm
It
saying?
is a double standard, though.
Yeah, it's okay for men to be sluts. So, do you feel as though women are afraid to make the first move? And why?
Yes and no. I think women are afraid to make the first move when they've been around a lot of cornball men. I think when the women get confident, they don't mind making the first move. That's how my girl got a baby. She took me out to eat.
Only confident women make the first move.
You know what I'm saying?
Like you can be confident and not make a first move, but if you're making the first move as a woman, you are a confident woman.
Yeah.
Period.
You want to hear something crazy? So, 90% of men said that they would go on a date with a woman if she was to ask them, like,
Oh yeah, they would.
Oh yeah.
What?
They would.
Yeah, they make
Hell
the first
yeah.
move in a relationship? Yes.
I want a free
yeah.
dinner too.
Listen, it don't even gotta be free dinner.
go to
But
Ruth's
if
Chris?
she approaches you, most men would at least give it a shot. Why? Because that rarely happens to men. We don't. I don't judge us. I seen women walk up to Rico. Rico seen women walk up to me. I'm not judging who we are as people. But I'm talking about in general. Women don't approach men. So if you have the nerve to approach a man that you like, it takes nerve, because if they're with another female, they're gonna look at them crazy. You're gonna approach that man?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Like, come on. You're out with 4 girls, like, I'm gonna approach this nigga right here. This nigga fine. Nah, no way.
It's more so of a stigma for a female to do that because we're initiating it. Typically, it's like Sadie. What's it, Sadie Hawkins? The way they do the dances and like the men.
Sadie Hawkins, when they invite the guy.
Yeah.
And it's role reversal.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But what I do know is that pretty women are too entitled to go ahead and seek a man, which is crazy.
I don't agree with that though. I think the pretty women are usually the ones that step up.
The ones that come to me, I'd be like, no offense. I'd be like, why is it you? like, come on, like now.
Nah. I think in my lifetime, the pretty women have been the one. When I say, I don't think they come up and say, what's your name and all that. They strike conversation.
Yeah.
That's how us men know.
Oh no, I'm talking about what's your name?
No,
how are you?
I'm talking about.
I want you, and I'm like, you want me?
I'm talking
little
about
old Rico.
No, I'm talking about the one that actually comes up and strikes conversation to let you know she wants to pursue something.
I think a lot of women do that though. A lot of women do that though.
No.
And look,
Rico, that don't happen.
I had a group of friends my whole life, and I love God bless me with them. Because some of them are not the most attractive when it comes to these women, and some of them are like me, right? So.
And what the fuck is like you?
Attractive as fuck. So,
someone like me.
So what I'm saying is,
the king of the light-skinned dudes is killing me right now.
Look, I don't care if you're on spectrum A or spectrum B, we all getting it done. You feel me?
But every man does not. Most men, you going based upon that. Most men do not get approached.
Because
they do not.
Most men look unconfident and insecure.
But that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the reason is. I'm just saying, like Ace telling you, you're speaking from a standpoint of one side.
Yeah.
So listen, my guys. If you want a girl to approach you, you could do one of a few methods, right? You could be.
Tell them my method.
I got you, because it worked for me a couple times too, right? You could do one of a few methods, right? Well, first and foremost, out of all these methods, you need to be confident.
Uno.
Right? And women can smell confidence even if you don't even have a facial expression being expressed.
Yeah.
But one of the few methods, you could be the life of the party, but you're gonna get good and bad, right? You're gonna get girls that say, oh, I wanna be with him, and you're gonna get girls that say, he's too much for me.
Yeah.
Then you could also be the dude in the back,
That's
chilling.
Me. That's me.
Quiet, I don't wanna talk to nobody.
That's me.
And a lot of girls like that because they feel more secure. Like, oh, he's not even out there like that. Whatever happens between me and him will stay between me and him.
Dang.
So you could have a couple, those are the two methods that we know of, but regardless, you need to have confidence and security no matter which method that you do choose. Because Rico wasn't always Rico. Before Rico, I was a little guy in the gym that thought I was big, and I used to call myself Baki with dirty dreads, and I used to have my hair used to... Baki, right? And I love Max B, so I added Bacavel to it. And I had nappy, disgusting dreads with multiple different colors in it. Right?
Oh my God.
And my jeans was baggy, but you know what? I believed I was that guy, even though I wasn't.
You wasn't named Baki. You wasn't that guy. You was not that guy.
I'm trying to tell you guys the truth.
You was not that guy named Baki.
So this is a no judgment zone, all right? But
I can judge you. I can judge you. I can judge you.
All I'm
you
saying,
can take it.
All I'm saying is you gotta know where you're going so you can get there, okay?
Okay, Baki. What's your next question?
Well, I was gonna just be a devil's advocate, going on to being attractive and women liking confidence. Mm-hmm. Ugly guys get love.
Did they got some money?
Yes, they do.
They don't. They
do.
They get.
What type of no? Let her talk. Let her talk. Let her elaborate. What type of love do they get? What type of love do they get? Tell us.
So females go for an ugly guy because one, they know that typically another female is not gonna look at him like, oh well, I want him.
That
Of
sounds
love.
pitiful. Go ahead.
That is
I'm
disgusting.
telling you how some
but go
females
ahead,
think.
finish.
This is really how some
finish.
females
Go
think.
ahead. Go ahead.
And so they know one, especially if she's attractive, why would he step out if that's the best thing he could get?
Cause it's not.
Cause he got money.
Why? Yo,
He got
It's
money.
not about money, but it's just
If you with an ugly guy, he got coins. Stop it. You ain't just
Yeah.
picking an ugly broke ass dude to be like, oh, I'm with you because nobody else wants you. No way.
Thank you. So,
No way.
Melanin Dojo, I made a video about this a couple weeks ago.
you rhyming?
And I'm gonna post this on my Instagram because of you. I wasn't gonna post it, but yes, like he said, he's only with you because he purchased you, and he will purchase the next.
Yes, he will purchase another one. He will. There are a lot of melanin dojos out there, and he's going. And he's throwing the money up like, where you at? Braided up, natural hair.
Yeah.
I'm taking you all. I got the bread for you. I know you don't like me because I don't look good. So I'm going to throw this money on my forehead and I'm going to attract you.
You know what I just thought about? You know how, this is a no judgment zone.
You say this, but
You know how less of a person you feel about yourself to feel that you have to date somebody who has no choice but to choose you?
there's sad.
That's sad.
Like there's females who are not confident, and that's why they like, okay, well, if I go to a guy who's less attractive than me, I'm okay. He's not going to reject me. And some people, they struggle with self-love.
But how are you going to go to somebody else with that type of self-esteem? Because if that's how you feeling, you already bringing baggage to the relationship that I don't know about, and it's not going to work out. Like, when you're dealing with a partnership, we have to think long term.
No.
I feel like a lot of people are thinking short term. Like Rico said, I'm gonna do what I think that you want me to do to lock you in. Now, once I get locked in, what are you gonna do now? Keep being fake, or are you gonna now be the person that you really are?
Yeah.
And that goes back to the original question: how are you gonna hold a man down or keep a man? We're not saying the man is all valuable. We're saying you want him, correct? You want this man with you. How are you going to keep this man with you if you're pretending and if you don't have confidence or self-esteem?
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I don't want to say that it's pretending. There's a lot of people who they're broken and they're looking for love. And for some of them, they might not have that love growing up. And so they look for that in their relationships now. So they may not come together with all their pieces together, but if they see you and just think, well, I care about this person, they can help me be a better person and heal, then so be it.
Well, I mean, I think I was taught to trust your process, right? That's what I was taught since we had nothing. Since whatever, I was always taught, trust your process. And I think that people don't trust their process and they let that reflect on how they think that where they at right now in their life, and they take that and be like, that's how I should feel about myself. And I think a lot of people struggle with self-confidence because nobody's teaching people to believe in themselves, right?
How you teach that?
And that's the thing. And the thing is, I don't believe somebody can technically teach you how to believe in yourself. You just have to be surrounded by people that believe in themselves, and you learn how to do it.
How do you do that?
Yeah.
Well,
If you don't believe in yourself, and this is all your question, if you don't believe in yourself and you're not around people that does that, where do you get that from? Because I feel like that's just something that we're born with.
nah, it's not. Like, I think, I mean, I believed in myself, so I might be, I believed in myself, so I'm not an exception to the rule, but I always knew I needed to know more. I needed to be better. And that's why I come to people like yourself, some more of my other friends, because I know that I don't know it all. I know I'm not everywhere where I need to be in my life, right? And all it just starts by is accepting where you're at. And then, you know how many young men that I have in my DMs that ask me questions about where they need to go because they don't know how to start. And I think it's kind of funny because people don't understand that showing vulnerability, there's nothing wrong with not knowing what to do. There's nothing wrong with not knowing where to go. There's nothing not wrong with not understanding how to take the first step. But there's everything wrong when you decide not to move. So when you know and you're at a position where you can't move, whether it's confidence, whether it's self-love, whatever the case may be, you know the people who have it. You can see it. People say it all the time. Like A just said, we're talking from a place where we believe, where everybody comes and flocks to us. They see who has the confidence.
Yeah.
They see what, you can see who has whatever you're lacking. You go to that person and you ask that person questions. You met Tay, right? My video man. He came to me and asked me questions while I was at his job trying to rent the car. And we answered.
He is a confident guy that didn't have answers.
No, but the thing is, I think that a lot of people possess confidence in them somewhere, but they let the fact of the unknowing of these answers overshadow their confidence.
What about somebody like myself, right? I always been confident. I played sports. I did that, but I stuttered my whole life, so that made me shy, right? So it just came to a point where I had to decide for myself if I was gonna go get it or if I was gonna be this person in the corner and continuously not be confident in whatever it is. I knew I was smart. I knew I was popular. I knew girls liked me. It didn't matter though.
Yeah.
How I felt about myself for that one little thing, I had to get past that. And I just decided to walk through the wall. Some people don't decide to walk through the wall. And I'm gonna use my daughter as a supreme example. She's very, very shy. And she looks at me and be like, Dad, you're not shy. And everybody be like, your dad is the shyest person inside the entire world, right? I'm only cool with, how I am when I'm around you or Han when we by ourselves. It's nothing like the camera or nothing like the they see. I'm a totally different person. But when I gotta do what I have to do, and I'm trying to relate this to a relationship, to a man with confidence and everything, you have to be able to walk through the wall if you're trying to seek out something. People rock with us, yeah, you have an aura, you have a personality, but you know why people really, really rock with us? Because we go-getters. We're not standing, yeah, you might look attractive, but there's a lot of attractive dudes. Women are attracted to you more because you out there, you go-getting, you're confident, you got friends, you cultivate. There's so many things that add up to make us who we are. But the basis, like you said, starts with confidence within yourself. And some way, somehow, if these women or these men find this, it'll decrease the gap between them. And we don't even gotta have these type of conversations because they'll be able to come out and say, this is who I am, whether you like it or not. If we're not compatible, compatibility is key.
Yeah, and I think that, I said this before on the table, but bro, girl, whoever, be you.
Yeah.
Listen, y'all watch Eight at the Table. Not everybody likes me.
Or me neither.
But guess what? I'm me.
I'm me, that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? I never let somebody's liking of you deter you from being who you are. Because whoever decides to be with you, whether it's a friend or more, is being with you. Not a facade, not for what you got, not for how you look, but for how you are. And that's the most important thing. And going back to what you're saying is like, I feel like a lot of women that do date men who are not as attractive,
Yeah.
I believe, and I'm not a woman, so I'm just telling you what I believe. I believe those women are more so not confident in being themselves. and what they possess.
But they've been burnt, she said too. They could have been burnt too.
I mean, yeah, but like the thing is, this is what I'm saying before. Trust the process. Listen, everybody gets burnt.
But a lot of people think that when they get, I'm sorry, but a lot of people think that when they get burnt, it makes them not trust the process. We had to learn that. We got burnt before and turned our head like, I'm not doing that no more. And then it came to a certain point where you had to.
Do it again.
And you had to now trust the process and say, if I get burnt, that's a part of life. But with the emotions and feelings, not just with women, with men, when they get burnt, that's the most difficult. They don't want to come outside. It is a very difficult thing. We've all been heartbroken. I had one girl that I'll say that she watched the show. She's like, oh, you talk about me crazy, blah, blah, blah. She's the only person that I could say hurt me and had me wilding out, right? Mm-hmm. I had to recover. I was still this guy, though.
Yeah.
But whatever occurred with the relationship with her made me feel like I wasn't that guy no more. And I had to go and find myself again.
But I mean, so and this is where I struggle right with that because I come from a place where I was already by myself, born by myself. So I had to figure everything out by myself. Mm-hmm. So I never put the power of me in somebody else's hands.
But the women do that though.
I know that they do that. And some men do it too, right?
That's a fact.
But I'm just saying in general, when you put the power of you in your own hands, you eliminate certain things that you may have to go through. You eliminate settling less for the person that you're unattracted to. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm looking you dead in your eyes. I could never imagine me being happy with an ugly woman.
That's terrible.
I could never do that.
I mean, at least he's being honest.
That's terrible.
I could never do that.
I can't do it. And there's other type of women that they know. I'm not gonna say on camera. No way. You know what I'm saying? So, so we're not gonna say. You know what I'm saying? Because they already kill us on YouTube already for our opinion. So I'm not gonna let them kill me for another female opinion. But it's certain things that we just will not go to. I can't imagine being with somebody who I am not attracted to. And I'm not taking something away from the lesser looking people. I'm not the most extravagant man in the world, but I'm not ugly neither. I know that for a fact. You know what I'm saying?
Let's throw that out there.
Yeah, let's throw that out there. But it has to be some type of attraction.
Yes.
Yeah.
It has to be. If it's gonna last. And that's kind of what we're talking about. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Lasting relationships, not I'm good and we cool, it didn't work out. What's gonna last? And what's gonna last is compatibility, which people are not searching for that no more. Mm-hmm. So it's hard to even settle. They're not searching for compatibility. The number one thing that everybody out here right now is searching for money and or status. Even men. Yes.
Yeah.
Even men. They're searching for women with money and status now. It's like if I'm doing this because it's like I just said, if a woman makes a lot of money, she's looking for a man on her level. If a man make a lot of money, I'm not looking for a woman on my level. I'm looking for compatibility, somebody I like, somebody that I want to be with, blah, 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 blah. That's where the gap is. We need the women that are now making the money to bring themselves down a little bit and say, yo, I'm making this money to somebody that gets with me is going to be fortunate. This man is compatible with me, is gonna have a good woman that's making money and is doing this. That's how they have to look at it. Like the man, like I'm relishing, I've made a lot of money, but I'm making more money again now like I used to make doing this. I'm relishing the fact that I can take care of my wife. She makes a lot of money, but yo, you about to be stopped working again when this year is up.
Yeah, you told us.
You know what I'm saying? That's where it has to go to. People must think about sharing. We can't take this money to the grave with us. Yeah. But because we don't have the money as a society, as people, because we're talking about things, I don't know if white people are talking about these same type of things. But because I'm not around a whole bunch of those, this is the society that I am around. Yeah. And we are the society that are deemed the minority. So we're looking for things to come out. We're more crabs in the barrel. And when you're crabs in the barrel, you're not looking around to see who else has great qualities and trying to help build. You're just pulling them down. Yeah. And that's where we're at with our people, with the relationships, with the man and the women. We're all the crabs within the same barrel. I want to make money. I want to do this. I want to be the boss. I'm doing this. You need to come here with me. I don't care about that. And it's hard for us to survive. And if women know that, if I'm a woman, I'm not playing that game. I'm gonna put my eggs out there because I know that the women that are playing the game, they're not successful.
Yeah.
Right? So if I'm gonna be me, let me put my cards out here. This is who I am. It's not guaranteed. Listen, it goes on your choices now. Y'all know when y'all making bad choices. Like
everybody knows when they're making bad choices.
Then, so we're not talking. So if
they know.
Yo,
they don't.
Rico, we know when we make bad choices.
No, even sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I know it, right? And sometimes I'll be like, damn, I shouldn't have did that. But I think that
you knew it before you did it. You thought you was gonna get away with it. If you don't get away with it, you thought it wasn't gonna bite you.
I don't think that women know when they're making bad choices in relationships, though. I really don't.
You're giving them credit, then. You're letting them off the hook.
No, I'm not. All I'm saying is because
as a woman.
Okay.
As a woman.
Okay, she turned around. I like that.
As a woman, coming to me as a woman. Right?
Oh God, that's the worst conversation someone can have.
I don't trust women that do that.
So,
go ahead, finish your thought, though. As a woman.
Okay, as a woman, like, I feel like we give men chances when we shouldn't. I'm not saying that we shouldn't give guys chances, but I feel like they give too many chances. I feel like just like baseball, 3 strikes, you're out. If once you recognize a pattern in someone, okay, let's say you have a dude, this, that, and the third, he takes his phone to the bathroom all the time.
I do that.
But like, literally in the middle of the night or when he's showering, I mean, like, in a way where, okay, like, he must be talking to someone. Or just like little things you notice. Like, I don't know.
She's younger. I would agree with that. When I used to take my phone to the bathroom, I would go be talking. Yo, I'm good. You good? So. All right, bet.
Like sneaky tendencies.
I would agree with that.
Lying or just any bad habits or whatever that the guy has. But some girls are like, well, like he's going through something. Oh, I'm just being paranoid.
This is what I'm trying to say. Based on what you said, and even, you know what I'm saying, what Esther was concurring. This is why I said I don't think that women know when they're making bad choices. This is exactly what I'm talking about.
That's a bad choice right there.
That's a bad choice. See, first of all, people don't understand that when you do one mistake, right? You're talking about 3 strikes. So when you do 1 strike, they expect the other 2 not to happen, but totally disregard that 1 strike showed you who they are. See, there's nobody that made made a mistake once. Everybody made that same mistake in a different way before or after.
So you think they ever learn from their mistake?
I think that people make a mistake, but when we're talking about like make a mistake, maybe like a financial business decision. Okay. But we're talking about your habits of your character.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you are who you are, right? So when you decided to think that this person, you gave him 3 strikes to show him who you were, that's a bad decision. Because after the first strike, you should have known who he is.
You know who they are.
You should have known who he is and or where he's at in his life. Right now, I mean, I'm not agreeing to this whole phone in the bathroom sneaking thing. Listen, I go to the bathroom. I said
24.
Okay, let me.
But what I'm saying is this. Another reason, which is a bad decision, and another reason why women don't keep a man is because they're always suspecting something.
Women's intuition be on point though.
Women's intuition be ass.
Let me
tell you,
no,
that shit is the worst.
No.
It's the worst intuition in the
because you know what it'd be crazy? When we doing shit, y'all don't be thinking about nothing. When we not doing shit, you on our case. That's straight up.
You're off.
You're off. You're off. That is a total fact. You'd be like, what? I'm not even doing shit. I'm in the house all day, but why are you going to the bathroom?
Yep.
Bitch, pardon me.
No.
What does it matter? What does it matter if what does it matter if I'm going to the bathroom? I'm home all the time. You know I'm not doing nothing.
It's
But
not
when I'm
about
on
going
the
to the
road, you
bathroom.
let me
It's
do
about-
I had
whatever.
a girl who I would cheat on all the time, right?
Damn, just put it out there.
I don't care, right? Listen, I had a girl I would
It's
cheat
reality.
on. I had a girl that I would cheat on all the time, and every time she accused me for cheating, I was never cheating.
Yep.
And she's like, "Damn," I'm like, "Yo, you just need to stop." Because clearly I'm better at this. but I'm just saying that.
This is the no judgment zone.
instu-
But we had to go through imperfections to get to this point of the men that we are, with the insight and being straightforward. Okay?
So guys, what do you feel as though women need to do? What?
Keep going.
Okay, what do you feel as what do you feel that women need to do in order to keep a man?
I'm about to pootie tang him. Go ahead, Ezzo.
Okay.
Thank you. I think that they need to work on partnerships. I think that they need to understand that the relationship is a partnership, that we're sharing in all aspects of life, not just what they're thinking. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like that they don't look at that. Like, we're partners. I might not pick up the food today. Then you pick up the food today. If I can't do this, communication comes with a partnership. If we're partners, we have to communicate. And that's one of the many gaps that I feel like that the relationships have, is that women and men, think of what they want their relationship to be. They've never seen it, they don't know. So sometimes the reality that they place upon a relationship is not real. It's they're overly, I'm trying to look for the word, they overly seek out things that are not really there. There's not reality. So you can't find or be with somebody that has these lofty dreams that are not reality. And then when they come down, it becomes a problem now. They don't understand that this is a partnership. If you have the lofty dreams, I might just help you get there. That don't mean that I have to do it for you or I need to do it myself. You're my partner. So if you're not here for the long term with the good and bad, because partnership comes with a lot of good, comes with a lot of bad. But we tend to turn around fast when it gets bad. But trials and tribulations come with everything that you're gonna face. With a relationship, with a job, with a career. So I think that they need to stick to it more, don't give up, and trust reality, not what they want it to be.
And other people's perceptions, like
Yeah.
friends.
But that's not the reality, because the perception from your friends, like we had talked about, is they might be thinking and dreaming upon what your situation be. Oh, I wouldn't do that if that was my man, but they don't even have one. No one even wants them. But you're taking the advice from them, from a person who doesn't have a man, who a man doesn't want them, they don't desire them, and they're lonely and they're miserable.
Yeah.
So why would you talk to them? Talk to your partner.
Yep.
Thank you.
There are so many things on my list. I'll be honest. I'm gonna just pick one and throw it at you, and it kind of goes into the end of what Essa was saying. Is to understand. I think that women need to understand that taking direction is not a belittling thing. The new age women, which I admire because they're capable and have shown and proven of all of the successes that they can obtain and accolades that they can obtain. And me personally, I love it, right? But just because you're getting direction, just because somebody's telling you what you should do or what to do, you don't have to rebel just to prove a point. I think that listening in totality lacks when it comes to keeping a man. Men listen to women. Whether or not they understand that, we listen to women. We hear them out even when we don't want to. And we find a way to implement whatever their needs are so then that way they can at least try to be happy. I don't think women listen to men. When a man tells a woman or is giving her direction, for whatever the case may be, the first thing she wants to do is become combative, rebel, or challenge.
Challenge.
And I don't think any of those things are conducive to keeping or sustaining a successful relationship.
Long term.
Wow.
What you think?
I mean, I was just taking in what both of you guys are saying, especially what you were saying about like that women don't listen to men. I understand that, and I have a lot of guy friends, and they tell me about their problems that the girl just yells at them and don't hear them out, and it's kind of like talking to a brick wall because her mind is set, and it's just you're not talking,
You're yelling at this point.
Yeah, there's nothing being not thrown through. I'm trying to articulate.
Thrown at, really.
Yeah, like it's not working.
Not being talked out. It's not a
Yeah.
conversation that's being had. It's pointing fingers, and this is what I think, and prove me wrong.
Yeah.
But that's not a conversation.
Yeah, and then just like your partner is supposed to be your partner. You're supposed to love them and have that relationship with them. And when you're not doing that, you're making your partner your enemy.
Word.
That's real.
What do you think that, on the flip side, what do you think that men could
Need
do?
to do
Yeah.
to tighten this partnership.
And I don't like your posture.
like, why you gonna do
Like-
that? We didn't do all that.
What's
Like,
wrong with my
women,
posture?
like,
Nah, it was not this.
give us
this
one
is cool.
thing. Give us one thing that you think that men can do right now to hold on to the relationships better.
I feel as though my main thing is just honesty and communication. That's like, I'm not gonna say about money because money is just filter noise. Like if you're looking for money in a relationship, you're in a relationship for the wrong reason. But communication and honesty, as long as we're able to talk it out, like if we're having issues, I don't want to hear from someone else or find out because you've been cheating or whatever the case may be, like whatever the issues may be in that relationship, as long as me and my guy were able to talk like, yo, like you've been blowing my beat lately, like you've been pissing me off. But we're talking about it, I'm like, okay, well, I get a little bit like upset coming from work because I'm frustrated. I'll relax, maybe go to the spa more, so I'm not taking out anything on you.
Yeah.
Because if I'm living with you and it's not working with us having some type of peace in the house, then there's like no point of being in a relationship because like it's gonna be hell, you know?
Yep.
So as long as you're able to be honest and communicate thoroughly as adults and respectfully, there shouldn't be no
And then
problems.
that'll work for you.
Yeah, it shouldn't be no problems.
Because I've always been the man that's been straight up in any relationship that I have, and I found out women can't take the truth.
I think they can.
Yeah.
They taking the truth up to a certain extent is not taking the truth. You can come talk to them about who you are.
Yeah.
This is who I am. They totally agree with it, and after you start to unveil the rest of the truth, they can't take it. But every woman wants a man that's honest. And on the flip side is you ain't even got to say nothing. Men want women to be straight up too, right?
I mean,
Men want women to say straight,
yes.
but men
From the very beginning,
But
though.
men, I know they can't take it.
I think men can take the truth.
Nah, bro.
Men can't take the truth after we've been lied to, though. If you, I think that
Men can't take it,
Yo,
bro.
listen, if you told me you was a thought bucket,
Think about sympathy that was in the stories
Nah,
that you sent to me.
nah, listen, if you was a thought, right, you had a history, and you came to me and you said, yo, Rico, you look good and I like you. I'm about to ride you, and after I ride you, don't love me. And if you do, that's on you. But I'm gonna go rock with Esso. I'd be like, all right, so what are we doing when you want to do it? Today or tomorrow?
That's not honest.
That's honesty.
That ain't the relationship. We're talking about if you're in a relationship. That's a thought.
That's just someone.
Thoughts don't matter.
Even if it's
Thought, don't nobody
Okay.
care about no thought, okay?
But even
We're
if
talking
she's
about
being, no, listen, this is what happens, bro. I think men can't take the truth when we accepted a lie. Men can take the truth from the rip. Men did not take the truth when they've been accepting lies. If I believed you to be Melanin Dojo, who was an innocent queen, and now we're dating, and I thought you was an innocent queen, and I found out that you really wasn't, I can't accept that. You can't expect nobody who lies to themselves to be okay with the truth.
I hope y'all enjoyed
Yes.
Ate at the Table. We had a great show. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and follow us all. Pay attention to what's going on. Season 5 is coming up. One-on-ones, everything is lit.